Hello viewers, welcome to our next video of this series on paleontology, and in this video we are going to discuss about the phylum Brachiopoda. So it's an important group of marine invertebrates that are especially significant in paleontology and stratigraphy. Brachiopods were extremely abundant in the ancient seas and their fossils were widely used in Paleozoic stratigraphic correlation. In this presentation, we will try to cover the general characteristics, morphology, classification, geological distribution, and some important fossil genera. The term Brachiopoda is derived from Greek word brachion, which means arm, and podos means foot. Brachiopods are exclusively marine organisms and they usually live attached to the seafloor, which makes them sessile benthic organisms. They represent an important group of invertebrates whose fossils occur in many stratigraphic horizons. During the Paleozoic era, brachiopods were extremely abundant and diverse, making them very useful in stratigraphic zoning and correlation. The soft body of brachiopod includes several important structures. One of the most important is pedicle, a stalk-like structure used to attach to the sea floor and other substrates. Internally, the organism possesses a digestive system, reproductive organs, and nerve rings. A distinct feeding structure called lophophore or brachia is present. These are ciliated arms that helps in capturing microscopic food particles from water. The soft body of brachiopod is enclosed by a thin skin called mantle. The mantle secretes a bivalve shell which protects the organism. Brachiopod shells can vary greatly in size, ranging from few millimeters to several centimeters in width. The space between the mantle and the shell is called mantle cavity or mantle chamber. Shells may compose of calcareous materials or chitinous substances. The shell of brachiopod consists of two valves. Although the shell is inequivalve, meaning the two valves are unequal in size, the valves themselves are equilateral. The dorsal valve, also called the brachial valve, is generally smaller. The ventral valve, also known as pedicle valve, is larger and contains the opening through which the pedicle emerges. Brachiopods exhibits bilateral symmetry along a central plane. The two valves of the shell are connected posteriorly by a hinge line. The hinge may be long and straight, as seen in genera like Spirifer and Productus, or short and curved, as seen in Terebratula and Rinconella. The hinge mechanism includes teeth and socket. Teeth project from the ventral valve and fit into sockets in the dorsal valve. Based on this system, brachiopods are divided into two groups: Articulata, which possesses a dental hinge system, and Inarticulata, which lacks this articulation. Brachiopods possess specialized muscles that control the movement of the valves. The deductor muscles are responsible for opening of the valves, while the adductor muscles close them. The points where these muscles attach to the shell often leaves visible marks called muscle impressions. In many brachiopods, especially in Articulata, a brachial skeleton is present inside the mantle cavity. This calcareous structure supports the lophophore. The pedicule is short, fibrous stalk that emerges from the ventral valve and anchors the organisms to the substrate. Different brachiopods exhibit different modes of attachment. For example, Terebratula attach using a pedicle, Stropholosia attach by spines, and Carnea becomes cemented directly to the substrate. In some forms, attachment occurs through an opening called the deltidium. Brachiopod shells often display a variety of surface ornamentations. These include concentric growth lines, which record shell growth over time. Many species also possess radiating ribs, small bumps called tubercles, and structural features such as plica, which is a ridge, and sulcus, which is a depression. These ornamentations are useful in identifying the fossil species. Brachiopods are mainly classified based on characteristics such as cell structure, articulation of valves, pedicle opening, and microstructures. They are broadly divided into two major groups. The first is Inarticulata, which lacks a hinge articulation system. Example, Linguilla, Dicina, and Carnea. The second is Articulata, which possess a well-developed hinge system. For example, Spirifer, Atripa, Rinconella, and Terebratula. Now let's talk about their geological distribution. Brachiopods are exclusively marine organisms that typically live in shallow marine environment. They inhabited depths ranging from the shoreline to about 200 meters. Their fossil records extends from the Precambrian period to the present. They were particularly abundant during the Devonian and Carboniferous period when their diversity reached its peak. However, after the Permian extinction, their diversity declined significantly. Several brachiopod genera are important in paleontology. For example, Lingula ranges from the Ordovician period to the present, and it is often regarded as a living fossil. Productus is characteristic of Cretaceous and Permian strata and is known for its spines. Spirifer is recognized by its long hinge line and wing-like shell extension. Other important genera includes Atripa, Rinconella, Pentamerus, and Terabetula, which are commonly used in stratigraphic studies. So brachiopods are important group of marine invertebrates with a long geological history. Their distinctive shell morphology and wide fossil distribution make them extremely valuable in paleontological research and stratigraphic correlation, especially for Paleozoic era. So this is a brief idea about the brachiopod phylum. To know more about the invertebrates, check out our next video. Thank you.